How's everyone doing? And welcome on in. I am the Gingerbeerdman here with your Dead by the Daylight update. And I know what you're going to say automatically, Mr. Gingerbeard. You don't have the Walking Dead music playing in the background. That is because if I did, the whole video would be copyrighted. So that is not happening. So I will have just my normal stream repeat song playing in the background as we go over the news. But let's get into the news because there is a lot to talk about. So we're going to go straight to the store. Get your free gift. Get your 250k. Yes, collect a free gift from the store. That is a thing this time. Yes, it is a thing. So make sure you do that. We're going to go over all of the skins here for The Walking Dead real quick. Rick Grimes here in his hospital gown. We're just going to go straight through all of them as we sit right here with Rick Grimes. If you like that hospital gown, you can get it. That's from season 1, I believe. Old Daryl Dixon, who has a voiced over legendary coming, I believe. And then Last a Day. I like that one. That one is pretty cool too. All these, obviously, Last Day on Earth, and then regular Rick Grimes. Let's go back here and go to Michonne, the next world. I mean, if you've seen The Walking Dead, you kind of can get the feel of the clothes because they've all wore them in there. So if you've seen The Walking Dead, it's going to be like, oh, I remember that from that season. Don't look too bad. Hers don't look bad. And she's got more coming as well. They both do. They got more skins coming. So if you'd like to get those skins, you can. If you buy the big package here, the collector bundle, you get a charm and a background for up here as well as the 2 characters. If you want to do that, you can. These are all repeats, though, here for the rest of the cosmetics. So it's nothing we really got to get into. I don't got to talk about that all too much. It ain't worth my time and effort. And now the Rift Pass. It's not that bad. I mean, it's probably the best going into the Rift video I have ever seen. I'm not gonna lie. Out of all of them that I've seen, this is probably the most action I've ever seen in a Rift video. But that is, you got 70 days to complete it in the pass itself. Catacombs Wandering, you get that right out the gate. Oh, no, this is the premium. My bad. Sorry about that. Premium. Adam Bear, you get that costume as well. Let's see what else is on here. You got Still Sternum for the Wraith. Clasp Knots for Thalita. Who's this down here? We got Jake Barr Smile for Jake Park. Bang Men's got a high buckle boot. That looks pretty cute. That's pretty cool. Perforated Skin for the Hag. Oh, look at that. That is a pretty cool banner right there. I like that banner. Clavicle growth and bony shoulder for Felix. What's this one? Detective's Trench for the Unknown. These are the community skin here. This is one of them anyway. The other one we're going to get into here. And the Signal Embroidered Tights for Michaela. The Legion Death Shroud And we got a mortuary core set for Sable. That is probably one of the best ones that I have seen in a while, though. That is for sure. And that is about it. Knight figurine. And then you got the cranial helmet for the knight to end the premium. So I personally believe, as always, I probably say this every single riff. So, I mean, it's definitely worth the money. You get a lot that if you paid separately, oh man, you'd be spending a lot of money. You'd be spending a lot of money. Each one of these suits are probably like 1,000 orc cells. So you figure how many suits are on here. Yeah, and you literally only pay 1,000 to unlock this. So you just wham, bam, boom, right out the gate. So it's just kind of crazy. Like, I would definitely buy this and get rolling. So let's talk about the patch notes real quick. The patch notes are the biggest thing we have to talk about. There's so much news to talk about, so I'm going to bang through it all as fast as I can, like literally as fast as I can. Twitch drops are rolling July 29th to August 12th. You sit there for 6 hours and watch your favorite streamer that has this on. You can earn those, your 200k blood points, your hunger plant, and your deadly garden banner. You can get them all just by watching your favorite streamers on Twitch. Next, right in line, the horror attraction banner. You got to enter the code Night Shift. If you didn't get it through the Discord, a lot of people have problems getting through the Discord. I don't know how long this is going to last, though, so you might want to hurry up and put it in. Hopefully it's not expired, because I already got it a long time ago when it first came out through the Discord stuff. So you might want to hurry up and slap that in, like, right now. So go check that out. But let's get into the patch notes. I'm going to pop the patch notes up. Right there she blows. Now, other things to think about as well over the stream that just happened. You have the Party Hard collection that comes out August 19th. That's the Clown, Chucky, Dwight, and Claudette. You got Counterculture on August 12th. That's David, Zarina, Nia, and the Trickster. This is like the punkish kind of clothes. The first Party Hard collection is like the party clothes, like, you know, confetti and pretty much just having fun at a party kind of clothes. You got the Tomb Raider collection that is coming in September. You got the Modern Sorority for Hattie coming. In the 2v8, they changed a couple classes. So you're going to have to look at that whenever it's finally released. And that'll be near the end of August. I think it's like August 19th, the 2v8 drops. So the changes will be then. You got the new maps, Greenville Square. You got Shattered Square. And you got the Treatment Theater as well for the new maps for the 2v8. As well. So there's a lot going on with the 2v8 also that's being changed, but let's get right into these patch notes here. New Survivor, Mr. Rick Grimes, new perk, Apocalyptic Ingenuity. After unlocking or rummaging through to 2 chests, press the ability button 4 seconds next to the broken pallet to build a fragile pallet. You see the auroras of broken pallets within 24, 28, 32 meters. Now, this is pretty much what we just did with the Masquerade, how you just like build a pallet and it's one time use, crack, you're done. That's pretty much it. Next perk, Come and Get Me. After unhooking a survivor while crouching idle, or press the ability button 1 to make an injured or dying survivors within 20-24 meters, leave no scratch marks or pools of blood, or make grunts of pain for 10, 12, and 15 seconds. You scream and the killer sees your roar for 5 seconds. I'm not sure how this one's going to work too well. I mean, if you're a looper, then I guess, yeah, sure, it's going to work really well for you. But I do wonder about other perks being combined with this perk. Definitely the one that you scream whenever a killer sees you. That's going to be a lot of screamage on the map. I have no idea how that's all going to work, but we're going to find out the hard way anyway. Teamwork, I should say. Toughen up. When another survivor pallet stun or blinds the killer while you are injured within 24 meters, your grunts of pain, scratch marks, and pools of blood are reduced by 100%. 20, 25, and 30 seconds alone. Michonne Conviction. After you have healed one survivor while down to at least 25% recovery, press the ability 2 button to recover instantly. You gain Broken, then are downed for 20, 25, and 30 seconds. Last Stand. After spending 120, 105, 190 seconds in the killer's terror radius while not in chase, when you fast vault, stun the killer for 3 seconds if they are within 2.5 meters, and this perk disables for the rest of the trial. I was really worried about this perk, but it seems that it looks good this way. I was more worried about if you could do it over and over and over and over and over. That was my biggest complaint about that perk, so I'm kind of glad it is what it is. Teamwork throwdown. When you pallet stun or blind the killer, other survivors within 24 meters gain endurance to see the killer's aurora for 6, 8, and 10 seconds. So that's another good aurora perk for your teammates. That's a pretty good one there. Killer updates. The Executioner increased punishment of the damned range 10 meters. It was 8. Increased maximum right to judgment duration to 10 seconds. It was 5. Increased rights of judgment trial lifetime to 90 seconds. It was 75. Decreased rights of judgment movement speed to 4.2. It was 4.4. The inputs for right of judgment punishment of the damned and sending a survivor to the cage can now be held, starting with the action as soon as it becomes available. Survivors who are rescued from the cage now 10% haste, endurance of 10%. Ooh. Increase point blood score for rescuing the survivor from a cage to 2,000 was 550. That's a big old buffer there. That's a buffer. That's an executioner big buff. That's what that all is. And I'm not going to read through all the add-ons because that could take a very long time. I am going to put it obviously down below so you guys can read it yourself. But I'm going over the main stuff only right now because it would take me forever to read this all. Increased haste effect of Afterpiece Antidote to 12%. It was 10. It decreased the time it takes for Afterpiece Antidote gas. Clouds activated 1 second to 2. Decreased the hindered effect of the tonic 14%. It was 15. Decreased the hindered effect linger time for Afterpiece tonic gas clouds 1 second. It was 2. Increased the movement speed while reloading 2.3. So, decreased the time it takes to reload to 2.5 was 3. That is a buff. The clown has got a buff. That's all a buff to me. And there's some add-ons they changed for the clown. The pig increased ambush movement speed to 7.1. It was 6.9. Increased crouch movement speed to 4.0. Increased the time it takes to crouch and uncrouch for 0.8 seconds. Increased the rate at which the terror radius fades from crouching to 0.33. The inputs of crouching and ambush can now be held, starting the action below. Cool, okay. Increased the blood point score. Reverse bear trap and jigsaw box 1,000 and 200. Searching a jigsaw box now versus survival points. That's a buff. Wow. Okay. The night increased max patrol. Oh my, what? That's all buff. 38 meters, it was 32. Increased path control creation to 15, it was 13.8. Increased patrol path acceleration 2 times. Increased this. That's a buff. The night don't need no buff. Oh boy. Oh boy. The Oni increased the demon strike turn rate limit during the open phase attack to 540 degrees. Oh, they turned it back on. It was disabled. Alright, the fog vial. Press the item button to release the fog vial, decrease invisibility, suppressing scratch marks or roars where the survivors are. Yeah. It has 1 charge, 40 opacity, and 8 meter radius. And lasts 8 seconds, 10 seconds, and 12 seconds, depending on the rarity. There's add-ons you can put with that as well to make the fog bigger and last longer, obviously. Survivor item rework key. Press and use the button to start channeling the key. Once fully channeled, consume 1 charge of auroras of survivors in range for a set duration. While near a locked chest, press the use item button to quickly open the chest. Uncommon key. Consumes 1 charge, guarantees an item of rarity or higher. So pretty much they just buff the key. I mean, there's no other way to put that. They pretty much just had to buff the key because nobody was using it that much. At least that's what I took it as anyway. And if you look at the variants for common, uncommon, and rare, it goes up even more charges and time meters and everything. So they pretty much buffed it, is what they did. Which is not bad, obviously. It hasn't been touched in 80 years, you know, so... Rather than that, I don't really think there's too much more big stuff except for the perks that are coming up. When it comes to all this stuff, it's not that, like, groundbreaking to, you know, that you have to be really worried about. Killer perks in cities decrease the time it takes to activate to 3, 2, 1 seconds. That's a big buff. Hubris increase the duration of exposed effect. That's a buff. The 20, 25, and 30. Dragon's Grip decrease the cooldown to 60, 45, and 30 seconds. That is a buff. These are all buffs mostly, by the way. I was letting you guys know. Increase Aurora reading range to 12, 14, 16 meters for Hangman's Trick. Overwhelming Presence. This was reworked. When a survivor starts using an item within 32 meters of you, they gain exhaustion for 15 seconds. When a survivor within 32 meters of you gains exhausted, you see the closest exhausted survivor's aurora for 2, 3, and 4 seconds. This perk has a 25-second cooldown. 25 seconds. Franklin's Demise. Increase Aurora reading range to 32, 48, 64 meters. No longer causes dropped items to lose charges over time. Survivor perks. Potential energy no longer requires a minimum time spent repairing to activate. It was 12, 10, and 8 seconds. Decrease the amount of repair required to earn a token to 1%. Any means necessary. Decrease the time it takes to raise a pallet to 5, 4, and 3 seconds. Better together, the aurora of the generator you're repairing no longer has a range limit. Increase the duration of survivor's aurora reading to 20, 25, and 30 seconds. Still sight, decrease the time it takes to activate to 4, 3, and 2. Built the last, decrease the time spent in the locker from 14, 12, and 10 seconds. Appraisal, increase the number of tokens to 4. It was 3. Each chest can now be rummaged twice. It was once. Streetwise, the rework. The first time you deplete an item with charges, see the aurora of the killer for 8 seconds. Items with charges received from the chest are 60, 70, and 80% charges. Detective's Hunch, increase your aurora reading duration to 20 seconds. It was 10. Maps no longer track revealed objects. Deja Vu maps no longer track revealed Maps no longer track revealed generators. Okay. I'm gonna have to look into that one. And the rest of this is just small stuff. It's nothing really groundbreaking in that. But like I said before, I will put this down below. You guys can go through and see all the bug fixes and that. If you want to see all of that, you can. That is all up to you. That is all up to you for the most part. But the Shrine of the Week, I know we've been talking so much. I haven't really. People are not playing Killer. I don't believe. Probably because of Walking Dead. Anyway, let's hop on in here and check out the Shrine of the Week. I know I've been talking a lot to talk about today. There's a lot. Usually it ain't that much. Yes, it is killer time. It is all a killer shrine today. Help wanted, the animatronic. When you damage a generator, it becomes compromised. Only one generator can be compromised at one time. When the compromised generator is completed, your successful basic attack cooldowns are 25% faster for 60 seconds. Phantom Fear. When a survivor within your terror radius looks at you, they scream and see their aurora for 2 seconds. The perk has a 60-second cooldown. This is probably one of the biggest ones used right now. The biggest. Haywire. Exit gate switches with at least 80% progress regress at 100% of the gate opening speed. While they are regressing, survivors see the exit gates flickering randomly. And then Old Surge. Putting the survivor into the dying state with a basic attack causes all generators within 32-meter range to explode instantly and begin regressing. Survivors repairing the generator will scream. Generators affected by Surge will immediately lose 8% of their progress. Of course, this is a no-brainer. It is worth getting. These are your two biggest here that are used in builds. It's these right here. Those are your two. So get them, use them, kill them. But that is it for me, everyone. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Hit the bell to like. I go live here for Dead by Daylight on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern. and I put out videos for Dead by Daylight as well here on the channel. I will be here live tomorrow. You guys all have fun playing some of this old Walking Dead. Don't get yourself all massacred and whatnot. You all have a good rest of your day, and I'm out of here.